Welcome. In this video tutorial, we'll discuss about the Selenium concepts and why the Selenium is so famous and a test case for the login form. Today, most of the software applications used are web-based applications, for example, e-commerce websites. So all these are web-based applications. Once the application is developed to test or check all the test cases on that application, then use the testing tool. Means once the test cases for applications is ready, then we can use any testing tool. So that testing tool, it converts all the manual test cases into the test scripts by using some tool like Selenium, QTP, Silk Test, Soap Test and Soap UI. So all these are open source testing tools. Next we will discuss about Selenium testing tool. Why I would say with Selenium and why it is so famous. Selenium nowadays in many of the private companies, they use the Selenium testing tool for testing any software or any web-based applications. First of all, any company can easily implement to start with the Selenium without having to purchase anything. So that is the one advantage, that there is no need to pay for no need to use any no need requirement of license to use the Selenium. No need to pay to use the Selenium tool. So that is the one advantage, that they can start working with Selenium, because it is an open source automation testing tool. It is used to test web-based and mobile-based applications. So that is one of the advantage compared to the other automation testing tool. It is a open source automation testing tool. Selenium that also supports the Linux, Windows, Mac and Solaris machines, and also used to test Android, iPhone and Windows based mobile applications. Selenium that supports all versions of the latest browsers like Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Opera, Safari. So it supports the different browsers also. So that is also one of the advantages of using Selenium tool. So if you compare with the QTP and other tools, there are some drawbacks are there. It supports only few browsers. So Selenium supports the functional and regressional testing, and finally it is more consistent, flexible and expandable. So we will discuss in the next slide in detail about the Selenium concepts. After going through all the details and benefits of Selenium testing suite, it has been noted that today Selenium is the one of the best and most preferred automation testing tool. Compared to the other automation testing tool, it is a best and most preferred automation testing tool for the websites or web applications. Because of its features and easy to use APIs, Selenium testing suite becoming the first choice for automation testers to test the GUI and functionality of web-based applications. Unit testing for JavaScript can also be done using the Selenium tool. So all these are some great advantages of the Selenium testing. So that's why the Selenium is famous. So next, before starting in detail about the Selenium test suite, we'll discuss a example of how to write the test case. Okay. We see the example, the test case for login page. So to write any test cases, we should use some fields like test case ID. So that is a unique ID for all the test cases. Then test cases, that you have to write what is the test case you are testing. Priority, there is the optional one. Precondition, the condition. Then input test data, that you are providing the data to test input data, and steps to be executed, means how you are testing the particular field. Then expected result, then actual result, that you have to do the comparison. If your expected result, actual result, if both are matching, then your test case is pass. So the actual result, then the pass or fail, your test case is pass or fail, that you have to mention yes or no. And you can write any comments if the test case is failed, or you can write any comment if the pass. So these are the different fields that you have to use while writing the test cases. So first we will discuss with the first test case, the test case ID 1. The first test case is test if user is able to log in successfully. So the first priority means to log in any for example Gmail account, you have to log in by providing the username and password. Okay, so before that the precondition is user must be registered already. So you have to sign up, register to access that account. So user must be already registered. Then input test data is provide correct username and correct password, then only you can log in. So that is the input test data. Steps to be executed means how you test, how you test this test case. So the steps are enter the correct, that is input correct username and password on the respective fields. So that is the first step. And second one is after providing, you have to click on the submit button or login button. The expected result is user must successfully log in to the web page. So that is the expected result. The actual result, that you should note down the result, that what you are observed by providing the correct username and correct password. If it is pass, otherwise you write fail. So that is the first test case. The second one, test if unregistered user is not able to log into the site. Yes, this is very important. Means the user is not registered, not sign up for Gmail account, if you consider. So the priority, there is no condition. So the input test data is by providing incorrect username and incorrect password, your software, your application that log in Gmail account, you should not accept by providing incorrect username and incorrect password. The steps to be executed is enter incorrect username and incorrect password on the respective fields and then click on the submit button. So what is the expected result? The proper error that must be displayed and prompt to enter login again. So you should get that expected output because you are not registered, and actual result that you should note down that what the result that you are observed. Then you mention the pass fail about the test case and comments. Next, the third test case. The third test case is about test with valid username and empty password such that login must get failed. So you are testing. What is the test case? You are providing a valid username and you are not providing any password, empty password. Okay. So the user must be registered already. Yes, that is the precondition. He should be registered. Then test input is provide valid username. For example, anil.nk287@gmail.com. That is a valid username, and you don't provide the password. It's a blank, empty. Then the steps to be executed is enter the valid username in the user ID and enter no password in the password field. The expected output is proper error must be displayed and prompt to enter login again. Means the error should be displayed like provide the password. The password field you should not be blank. So like the error message should be displayed, expected, and you should note down the actual output. What you get, you have to note down actual result, and you have to mention your the test case is passed or failed, and then the comment. So in the next video tutorial we will continue with the fourth test case.